when I was kind of thrown into the housing market, and it was, it was beyond bonkers. Everybody was talking about that. And I had, I'd known that at some point I was going to have to move out of my rental. So I'd had my eye kind of on what was happening within the housing market, just hoping like, hopefully I don't have to move out now. Hopefully I don't have to move out. And then sure enough, I got the letter saying I had to move out. I was able to get a loan, but it was for an amount that was low enough that there was zero possibility of me getting a house in Boise. So I already knew that I had things working against me just with my loan amount. I knew that I was going to be competing with people who had way more money than I did, and was going to be looking at houses that, weren't particularly all that desirable. When somebody first suggested the idea of writing a love letter, I thought, oh, fantastic. Because I'm pretty good with words, I got a lot going for me. I'm doing a lot of good stuff in the community. Like I can let people know the things I'm doing, and that'll be the thing, and I'll get a house. And I quickly, as I started thinking about what would I say about myself, started thinking about how different things I might say about myself could actually work against me, depending on who it is who's selling the house. And then I actually did have a couple people caution me about it as well, but before they had even said that, just as I'm thinking like, yeah, I'll tell them this or I'll tell them that. And people had told me a lot of times they would attach a photo, attach a cute photo, and immediately I'm thinking, well, I'm Black. And if somebody has any kind of a problem with that, attaching a photo is certainly not going to work in my favor, so I was already feeling like, well, I shouldn't attach a photo. Because the reality is there are a lot of people who have biases. And even if they don't say them outward to anybody ever, even, they've got them. Beyond things like systemic issues, like redlining and, ways that realtors do and don't show houses to certain people. Like that is actually a thing that's happening. It's not just happening in big cities too, it's happening here. And so just since I've been a community organizer, I knew that already, and I've had enough different friends who seemed progressive and seemed whatnot to actually reveal a bias when it comes to something personal, like who their child is going to date or who their boss is going to be, who they're going to have to take orders from, that suddenly I see this come up, right? That I just knew buying a house is a place where if somebody has a bias and they have power, they have the power to say, yes, you get my house, no, you don't get my house. That is exactly the kind of place where those biases really flare up. And we've seen that in our society. So anyway, my trepidation about the love letters was not just founded in like paranoia. It was based on the society that we live in. So I just knew that being a Black woman was not necessarily something that was going to be a bonus or a plus for all of the sellers that might read my little love letter, And then there were other things about me that I just started realizing could backfire as well.